if I traded it all.
Welcome to the show, everyone. We are going to have so much fun today. I have with me Robin Harris. She's been a listener for I don't know how long, and you've now been on my show several times. You have to tell. I just didn't even talk about me today. Well, let me let you talk about you first, because then we'll talk about me. Go ahead.
Well, a little bit about me. Thank you so much for allowing me to be here again. I have so much fun on this show. So a little bit about me. My name is Robin with Robin Harris Advisors, and I have been in the business since 2004. I service the Phoenix metro area, and I am licensed in 22 states. And
you help people. Tell them what we came up with. You help people so that they can arm themselves and empower themselves and learn 10 ways, at least 10 ways, to lower their insurance costs.
Well, what I do is I help people to become empowered. And I do that through teaching them techniques on how to save on their health insurance and putting together plans. I call them health insurance plans. And what I do is health insurance planning. I just don't sell health insurance. I'm not just a health insurance agent. So I take the planning approach and find out what their needs are. I do that by asking many questions and finding out what they have now, perhaps, utilizing what they have now, finding out where the gaps of coverage are, finding out what they really want. And let me give you an example of that, Carol, because, you know, we have the marketplace coverage, but guess what? That doesn't meet everybody's needs. And even if it does meet one need, maybe giving them that catastrophic care for something like diabetes or whatever their situation is, well, what about covering that deductible? What about if they get cancer? How are they going to fund that coverage? What if they want holistic treatment for cancer? What if they have the insurance comes back and doesn't pay for what they deem to be experimental? So these are huge problems, and guess what? We need to look at all of those things, find out what is on the minds of the person, and meet those needs. And we can do that. We can do that with health insurance planning.
And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the lines to the audience so that people can call in. You're going to be giving everybody that calls in is empower yourself with the list of 10 ways of taking control of your health insurance. It's a list of 10 ways that you can even find out. She can maybe even lower your cost of insurance. But she can also tell you that you can even might get a coverage for something that you didn't realize that you can get.
Or coverage that you already have available. Coverage, certain things are even free. You know, one of the things that I do, the reason why I call my company is Robin Harris Advisors, is because it's strong on the advice. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you resources. I'm going to show you resources. Some things don't even cost you anything. Some things are right in your own backyard. So, you know, there's so many things that are available and people don't know. They only know, let me go to the marketplace, let me just get this or that, because that's all they know.
So basically, everybody should be talking to you. Because they don't know.
I think so.
Well, because they don't know. They don't know until you ask a question and find out. So whether you have health insurance or not, you should be calling in and getting this list from me. We're also going to be live on Facebook right now, so I want to say hi to everybody. Follow us, like us. You guys can call in here too and get in on all of these things. We did that before with you, and that was really great. We'll be doing that. We'll be sharing it later on after the show. But our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. I know how hard it is because, you know, my daughter just went on to get her own health insurance for the first time. And I'm sure that she's paying probably way too much money, and these people don't realize that they can come to you and you do free consultations with everybody. Do you go to them?
Of course I go to them. But most of my work is over the phone, and I use Zoom because I have clients all over the country. I'm in 22 different states and growing. So, you know, most of my work is over the phone.
And what I know most about you, too, is you are completely passionate about what you're doing. You are so into it, it's not even funny. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if it's a group plan, especially in the Valley, I definitely go to them.
So now our lines are open here, and you can call in, and you're going to get, we're calling it Empowering Yourself with the list of 10 ways of taking control of your health insurance. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I'm going to get this frog out any second. Go ahead.
Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about was an example of what I do. I'm going to use myself as an example. My husband, he has insurance at his job that could cover both of us. When I got the renewal, I saw that there were 2 copay plans. There was also an HSA. Now, my husband and I, we really don't go to the doctor. I go to a nutritionist. I force him to go to a nutritionist. Okay? So we don't go to the doctor. We're both very healthy. And I saw that I really didn't want that PPO plan. I don't want all those copay visits. I don't need all those copay visits. And the HSA, I didn't like that HSA. It was a HMO. I don't like HMOs for me. Now, it all depends on the individual, what they like. For me, I didn't want that. So what I did is I put in a catastrophic plan, and like I said, I go to the nutritionist. I'm very careful about my health. I'm very careful about what I eat. I recommend, there's a coach that I like to go to, and I also like, there's also nutritionists out here. Well, I'll talk to you about that later. But what I'm saying is this. And then I also put a critical illness accident in their plan to cover that. And I also have life insurance that has critical illness riders for terminal illness. See, so I am, as far as I'm concerned, for me, I am fully covered. I feel confident. I feel comfortable. I could go to sleep at night. And guess what? How much that cost me? $420 a month.
So you see, that's why you have to talk to her. And she's all about the advice. She's going to give you her advice. That's all it is, and it's a free consultation. You could check her out on her website, which is RobinHarrisAdvisors.com. That's with an S, RobinHarrisAdvisors.com. She does free consultations, and she's going to save you on your insurance.
Yeah.
Whether or not maybe it's something that you need to have and you don't even realize you can even get it. That's another thing. And it's worth it to talk to her. I believe everybody should have it. You can call her direct. That number is 602-663-2810. But we're going to leave our lines open here for everybody to be able to call in and get. And I'm going to let you call throughout the rest of the show for all of these things. It's Empower Yourself with the list of 10 ways of taking control of your health insurance. Call in here and get this. I'll get you connected with her. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. And by the way, you may not realize it. I mean, a lot of people, they go up on that marketplace, and they're getting, well, I can't say the word, but they're not getting the greatest advice.
Well, they're not getting it. They're not going to get it.
I don't even think they can get advice.
No,
and it's always a different person. It's the worst.
They're not going to get advice. Look, the marketplace there's good coverage there, okay, for the right person. But it's cookie cutter, okay? It's not custom. And I recommend the marketplace to many people, but I have to be sure that they have the other coverages that, like their critical illness, if they have children, the accident coverage, if, little Joey's in sports or something like that, those are the components that are missing. And I am telling you, cancer. 1 out of 2 men, 1 out of 2 women, second leading cause of death in children. That cancer has to be covered. And this is like one of my biggest things because, and the reason why is because people want holistic treatment. People want experimental treatment. How are you going to fund that?
You're going to call in here and you're going to find out how to empower yourself with the list of 10 ways of taking control of your health insurance. And get this list from me. I'm going to get you connected with her. Everybody should have it. 602-277-5369.
For trading it all.
And we're talking with Robin Harris right now, and as she is the owner of Robin Harris Advisors. You can check her out on her website, which is robinharrisadvisors.com. She does free consultations. We're talking about taking control of your health insurance. We have our lines open here, and I'm letting everyone call throughout the rest of the show because you're going to get this list of 10 ways of taking control of your health insurance. I believe everybody should have it. I don't care if you have, you have health insurance. Yeah, I'm okay. No, you need to make sure, and she will go ahead. She does second opinions all the time. You could talk to her and see what you might be missing, or maybe that she can help you save money on. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. And she calls it Robin Harris Advisors because she's all about the strong advice is what she can give you. And she's been doing this forever. You're licensed in many states and growing. So I want to talk about what you mean by taking control of your health insurance in that way.
Well, health insurance is an umbrella, is the umbrella of, you have the umbrella of health insurance. Under that, you have your medical insurance, your vision, your dental, your disability income, your long-term care, your Medicare, and your critical illness and accident, okay? So you have, it's just an umbrella. Medical insurance, like marketplace insurance, group insurance, your group health insurance, is only one tool to help you pay for an event like hospitalization or going to the doctor or whatever. So what about all those other components? Those come together to make a total plan. And so when you are empowered, one of the ways you take control, number one, this is the other thing I wanted to mention. It used to be where, the mindset is, here's my medical card, here it is doctor, here it is hospital, now take care of me. Guess what? Those days are over. Because of high deductibles and co-insurances and all of that, it's too expensive. And the other thing is, why are we putting ourselves so in a vulnerable position like that? So, talk about control is, first of all, the best health insurance you can have is taking care of your health. And whatever you need to do to get that done. I talk about the unhealthy trinity. I don't know if I coined that phrase, but I talk about it. It's diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure. I see it every week. And, I know someone that took control of their health, and guess what? They no longer take high blood pressure medicine. One of the things you can do is go to a coach. I know a fantastic coach out here, Journey Reeves, if you're listening in. She's amazing. She does nutrition. She does fitness. The other thing is, what about going to someone? The other thing is taking care of your mental state. And the reason why I say that, if you're under a lot of stress, if you have things that are hanging on, guess what? It's going to affect your health. You are putting yourself vulnerable for something like cancer. And that's another thing. And talking about cancer, one of the ways that you can take control of your health is by making sure you have critical illness coverage in place, because people say to me, well, there's no cancer in my family. Well, guess what? Only 10% of cancer is hereditary. The other 90 is environmental.
My best friend, literally 2 weeks ago, literally died, and he was the healthiest person you'd ever known. And you know what he had? Cancer. He got cancer, and he couldn't believe it. And he was the healthiest person you'd ever see in your life. You'd look at him and go, why God? So it can happen to anyone. My brother, too. He also died of cancer. No cancer in my family. Stage 4, lung, brain, and bone.
There you go.
So that's what I'm saying is, I'm telling you, everybody out there, listen up.
So, and the thing is, health insurance is great. It will give you treatments, but what if there's a treatment that you want where you have to go to another state, or you have to go out of the country, or you want to go to the Invita Center right here in Scottsdale? You're going to need cash money for that. So how are you going to do that? So you can get a critical illness policy that has cancer coverage, and it will give you a lump sum amount. You give email or fax that diagnosis to them. You submit that diagnosis to them. Guess what's going to happen? They're going to cut you a check. They're going to cut you a check for $75,000, $100,000. If you have multiple critical illness policies, every single one of those, they're going to cut you a check. And then now you have control. You do not have the doctor or the hospital or the treatment center saying to you, oh, we don't do that because insurance doesn't pay for it. You see? So this is where you take control, and you could sleep better at night. You don't have to worry about the what ifs. I have my cancer coverage, I have my critical illness, I have my accident coverage, I have my life insurance, and that's the other thing that we do. We look at your life insurance, we look at any plans that you already have, and we want to look at those things to see if there's any kind of critical illness. We work with your your life insurance person. I also do sell the life insurance with the critical illness if we need to put that in the overall plan.
Now, again, she does free consultations. You can call her direct. Her phone number is 602-663-2810. But her website is robinharrisadvisors.com. And we've got our lines open here, and I'm going to get everybody to get those list of 10 ways that you can take control of your health insurance. And it's not just taking control, it's also possibly lowering it, because she might find ways. You were talking the last time you were here about some cards that you were talking about that you give away and things like that people don't know that you have access to, that people don't realize. So our number here, I'm going to let everyone keep on calling throughout the rest of the show to get the list of the 10 things that you can do. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Talk about that part. But when you were saying that there's things that ways that you had a card here that you were giving out to everybody. There's lots of ways that you could save them money.
There's a lot of discounts. There's, for instance, Simon Med does in October the yearly free mammogram. I called them up and I said, how do you do that? How do you give free mammograms every year? That must be very expensive. They say, well, we do it. So, the CDC, if you don't have health insurance, guess what? Or if you have health insurance that doesn't pay for immunizations, they by law, you have to do that, and they show you places where you can get those free immunizations. There's clinics all over the place. CVS has a clinic, Walmart has a clinic, Walgreens. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do.
Well, the thing is that you are not here about just selling policies. That's what it's all about. Go ahead.
Well, the thing is, this is very important what we're doing here. We're not just selling insurance. People's lives are involved. And I just feel responsible in the sense that, what we're taught about health insurance and what they call health care, they say health care and health insurance are basically the same thing, but they're not, and people are so misinformed. My goal is just to inform people what's available to them and to get them the products that they need to give them that coverage so they could sleep good at night.
Well, the number here to call for this list is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. She does second opinions. It doesn't matter if you have health insurance, you might not be covered in the way you need to be. Also, she can save you money. There's many ways, and there's a lot of people that, whether they have, let's say they have Medicare, and a lot of people that listen, they have Medicare. What about those people? Are they all taken care of?
Well, Medicare, one thing I do want to talk about Medicare is, first of all, if you leave the country, a lot of people are going outside of the country, expatriates, and people are traveling outside of the countries. We have a lot of people retiring overseas. But guess what? Your Medicare, in many cases, it stops at the border. You're making yourself vulnerable. Every single person that's listening to me now, if you are going out of the country and you're going to even Canada and Mexico, you better have some medical health insurance, okay? I never leave the country without it. And the reason why I say that is if you get injured, and they'll stabilize you, but guess what? How are you going to get back home? If you die overseas, how are you going to get that body back home, okay? In some places, they will hold your visa and your passport, and you will not be able to leave until you pay that bill. So if you have a good global medical insurance, they will handle that on that side, and then when you get back home, you can take care of the rest. That's especially for seniors, especially for everybody. You need to have that. As far as Medicare, we do have a specialist that does the Medicare Advantage, the Medicare, the Medicare Advantage and the supplement, excuse me, and then we also have dental and vision.
Right. Now, again, our lines are open here, and everyone should just call call in and get this list from us. You can call throughout the rest of the show. You're going to find that 10 ways. You're going to talk to her. She's going to do a free consultation with you. She's just all about giving you some advice. Whether you take it or not, it's your choice, but she's all about helping you, empowering you to take control of your health insurance. And then the number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What are your final words real quickly?
Let's get empowered. Let's take control. Let's take control of our health care and our health insurance.
The number to call here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out. It's Robin Harris Advisors with an S.com.